Jessie B Scrapbooking back with another process video. This one is for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And here is the sketch we are working on today. It is a Tracy Reed sketch and I really like it. There's a lot of pictures on it. And so I'm using these pictures of when my husband was headed to work. He had borrowed my truck and he accidentally hit a cow that was in the road. A black cow in the middle of the road at 2:45 in the morning. There's a whole herd of them. He didn't see them, but the cow's okay, so that's good. But my truck didn't survive so well. Let's get going. So off camera, I went ahead and cut the pictures into squares, and then I left the one picture big, and so it's going to replace the two pictures on the side there. And now I am making that like a little Polaroid frame for this one picture here. And yeah, there's no reason I chose this picture. It just happens to be, it was lined up in that spot. So I really think this sketch works out very well for these pictures. I wasn't sure how I was going to scrapbook them. I knew I wanted them scrapbooked, but I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do it. And so this sketch ends up being just perfect for them. Okay, so I'm using this black cardstock, but I thought it was just too plain. So I'm going to use some acrylic paint. And I'm going to water it down and do some splatters on the back, kind of like stars, since it was so early in the morning and or late at night, whichever way you want to think about it. And so I'm just using a paintbrush here and then another little tool to make the splatters. And I'm just going to go around the outside edge. There's no point in doing the middle because you're not going to see it because that's where all the pictures are. So I'm getting that all done, and then I'm going to let it dry. So I turn the camera off for a little bit and then I'll come back to it when it's all dry. And here we go. So I got all my pictures back on there the same way they were, well, close. The angles kind of change every time I mess with it, but that's okay. And so yeah, so here's the pictures. I think I like them just like that, so I'm going to adhere them down. Now, when I said the cow was okay, I really meant it. She mooed and kind of looked at them like they were mean because when it hit her rump when he hit her. So it wasn't a full-on hit, and she kind of kicked, and that's what really messed up my truck. So yeah, she was absolutely fine. She survived the accident. And so yeah, my truck ended up not. But because it was a cow hit and run, the cow hit us and ran. I'm putting these cows that I have on my, that I've had in my stash for a long time. I didn't know how I was going to use them. I was thinking maybe on a farm layout or something, but I didn't know. So I figured these would be perfect for this layout, even though it was a Black Angus that they hit, because my son was in the truck too. Yeah. I think these were perfect. They were fine, by the way. It didn't even make the airbag go off. It was very odd. But I'm doing my journaling, and my journaling says, and this is the text that I got from my husband. So it says, I got a text from Joe at 2:45 this morning. He says, sent me these pictures, but it doesn't say that. And he says, I hit a cow. And I'm like, an elk? Because, you know, we live in Montana. That makes more sense. And he's like, no, moo. And then he sent these pictures, and I'm like, my truck. Yeah. But they were okay. The cow was okay. So that's all that matters, right? The truck got fixed, and now I have a nice big bumper on the front of it. And yeah, a lot better. So I'm flipping through here because I want something to go behind the cows because they are very plain, just stuck there. So as I was flipping through, I found this picture, or this sticker here, and it's a bright red, so I'm putting it on this green that I matted the one picture in, because it helps mute it, because it is a clear sticker, and it says, punch today in the face. And I just thought that, when am I ever going to use that sticker? And this seemed like the perfect page to use it on. So I've decided I liked my journaling where it is. I messed around with it quite a bit, but I finally like it. So I'm going to go ahead and hear it down so I don't lose all those little pieces. And yeah, so while I'm doing this, I want to remind everyone this is a hop. It's for Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Yeah. And yeah, so go out and check everybody else that is playing along. It's so much fun, so much inspiration out there, and it's amazing what people do with the same sketch, and no two sketches are ever the same, or no two layouts are ever the same, even though we're all on the same sketch. I turned that sticker into a flare, and by putting one of my epoxy dots over top of it. And then I found this sticker sheet, and I figured it'd be perfect for putting behind the cow, and it kind of reminds me of a moon. And so I decided to bring in some stars, and they have stars in the sketch, so I figured that would work too. And I'm going to end up putting 3 stars, I think, in each of these clusters, and it just helps ground the clusters, having that circular in the background, and then just giving it a little bit more than just a cow standing there. So I put these stars there, and I really like the way that looks. And so now I'm going to put my title, and my title is just going to be my truck, because yeah, I haven't even had this truck for a year when this happened. So and this happened like a couple days after my son's truck broke down. I think the starter or something like that went out in it. So that's why they were using my truck to go to work, because they needed a big truck. And so they borrowed my truck, and then this happened. So yeah, it was a rough week for us. And I was using my sister's little Ranger. She let me borrow her little Ranger, and they couldn't use the Ranger for, logging. That would have been quite funny. So yeah, we get the title down here, and I'm just going to outline the letters of my, because you can't see it. And then I did glue all the letters down, but I just edited that out because it was boring to watch. So I get it all done, and now I'm looking for that little flare that I made. And when I flipped the page up at one time, I lost it, but I turned the camera off, found it, and now I'm back. But I didn't like how it just sat there and kind of blended in. So I found this sticker in the sticker book here. I can't even remember what was on it, but I just grabbed it because I liked the color. It's actually the same color as what I matted the first mat of that Polaroid picture in. It's really close to that. It might be a tiny bit brighter, but I figured it would work. And so it gives it something a little bit more stable to sit on. And now I'm going to come in with these little jeweled rhinestones that are, they're actually nail art. And so I'm just going to put 3 in each cluster, and including the little cluster here with that sticker. And when I'm done with that, this layout is done. So yeah, make sure you go and check out everybody else that is playing along this month. Not everybody plays every day, but a lot of people do. But yeah, I have a list down below, and just hop along and see what everyone is doing. It is so much fun. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really enjoyed doing this layout, and it gets this very unique story told. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Bye.